On this episode, one leg of the journey is ending and the next one is starting. We're finally headed to the canyons of British Columbia. Our campsite here was looking pretty sweet, but all good things must come to an end, and to make way for new adventures. The beauty of this area will never cease to amaze me, so we'll be back here someday to enjoy the river some more and with some more friends. In the past few episodes, we've briefly touched on some of the natural disasters this area has already seen. Since these videos were filmed, BC has set record heat temperatures. That means that ice caps on the mountains melted rapidly and caused a lot of flooding. These mountain communities were evacuated for a while, but the evacuation has now lifted. We wish Pemberton and the surrounding communities the very best and hope that there's no long-lasting damage to their homes and their properties. So we're all pretty much packed up and ready to go.
Man.
Campsite looks kind of sad.
Yeah, packing up.
Yeah, it's always the worst part.
Packing up time.
It's the least fun part too.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as fun.
Setting up is pretty fun.
Yeah, and everything's dirty now too, and like it's not.
Gotta get the
Oh,
gear
you
out.
know that the only thing you have to do now is go home and unpack it and wash it all, and it's just like, nah, I'll stay.
Stay a few more days. So this was the overlanding crew for this leg of the journey. Courtney's Land Rover Discovery 1, our 4th gen 4runner, Ryan and Rachel in their Toyota Tacoma, and Jordan and Krista in another 4th gen 4runner. Of course, Nick was also in a 4th gen 4runner, but he had to leave early. However, he's back for this episode and headed to the canyons with us. Alright, so the crew's just airing up. This is the northern part of the Sea to Sky region. Absolutely beautiful place, beautiful water, emerald green, glacier-fed river. The mountains are phenomenal. We'll be going a little bit north towards the Cascades forestry region. Really looking forward to hanging out with the crew a little bit more and seeing what their vehicles are capable of, seeing all the beautiful scenery. What we might see in the next few episodes, in the next few days, is the scenery might change. So these trees that we see and the rivers and the mountains are very green, whereas where we are going is more canyon-like. So a little bit drier, a little bit dustier perhaps. So it's going to be an interesting change of scenery. Really looking forward to that as well. It was a bittersweet departure. Part of me was sad to leave this beautiful place behind. But the other part of me was very excited to take the next step in our overlanding and off-roading trip through the canyons of BC. Not only did we see and camp at an amazing new spot, we also got to spend some quality time with good friends and think about all that we've learned about this area while we were here. It really helped having Courtney around too, who grew up around here, to teach us about the history of the landslide and the fires. Backcountry camping is an excellent way to connect with friends, connect with nature, learn about our vehicles, and even learn about ourselves. Between the two legs of this trip, we had to head home and work for a bit, and that's just the way life goes sometimes. Most people can't take weeks off work at a time and head out into the wild, so we take what we can get and maximize our time outdoors as much as possible. For the next part of our overlanding trip, preparation, logistics, and planning were crucial, because this was going to be a longer trip where we would be traveling for long periods of time without cell phone reception. We needed to be prepared for what may come, and as you will see in the next few episodes, that prep and backup plans paid off. We were planning a trip through what was going to be 1,044 kilometers or 648 miles. We were going to ascend more than 25,000 meters or 82,000 feet total, and the descent the same, and reach a maximum elevation of 2,074 meters, or 6,800 feet. Plan A was to go through the canyons, take a ferry along the river, and then see the canyon some more. But I had planned A to E, with many different potential spots to camp at if things didn't go according to Plan A. We knew before leaving that the ferry was closed, but there was a high possibility of it being open by the time we got there. We needed to plan how much gas we needed, how much water, and maximize the space. After some lengthy planning, we were finally heading out, and we were already seeing this amazing view. We expected to see some animals on this trip, but little did we know we would end up seeing a ton of wildlife and domesticated animals such as horses and cows. Our first encounter was in fact with some horses.
Horse on the road.
There's a bear on the road, just be careful, there's a bear on the road. Unfortunately, the camera isn't always rolling, so we didn't get a video of the bear, but it was a large black bear minding its own business. As much as we wanted to get to camp before dark, we were soon giving up on that idea to stop and admire the beautiful views. Check out that view. What do you think?
I'm queen of this mountain. This is it now. Nobody is higher than I am. I am the highest.
How high are you?
So high.
It's a lot colder than I thought it would be.
I brought the beanie. I was like, this is dumb. Why am I driving?
It's a toque. It's not a beanie.
A toque.
You know what? I don't think it keeps me very warm. It does protect me against the wind a little bit.
Say that, but like you don't know.
Well, you've got a beard too. I mean, you just
thank
make a beard with your hair. Your beard, hair beard. Look at. Well, as promised, the road and the landscape got dry and rocky quite quickly. The landscape changed before our eyes, from vast green mountains to bare, ragged rock beside and below us. None of this trip was going to be extreme off-roading, but I wouldn't exactly suggest a Honda Civic to drive through these landscapes either, without a couple of spare tires and tire repair kits. We were now driving next to very steep cliffs without any barriers, and taking hairpin turns on loose gravel with zero visibility of other vehicles coming down. This is why it's so important to call out kilometers and let others know where you are. One wrong turn going a bit too fast can be deadly. We were also now driving in the dark, and knew that we will be driving well into the night. It was a lot of fun, but we were pretty excited to get to camp and get a good night's rest. Ryan, what elevation did you say we're at right now?
2,700 feet of elevation.
Oh shit. Yeah, if you if you get a chance, look at the sheer drop on your left. There's like whatever 100 meters drop, just like straight down.
Yeah, there's topographic lines are real close together right there.
Yeah, this is windy. That's a sheer drop. Oh yeah, here on the left. Sleep will have to wait. Just before we got to camp, we found ourselves driving through an incredible cave tunnel. I call it the Cave of Wonders. We stopped and took some photos before heading out, because of course, in between the two legs of the journey, you'll notice that I've added a coastal off-road rear bumper to my 4th Gen 4Runner. I'm very excited to use it. It's a pretty cool cave.
Yeah, so it looks like it's all clay.
Nice. The tunnel isn't very long, but it's really very cool to drive through at night. The cave tunnel is right next to a lake and a dam that we were aiming to camp at overnight. I don't know exactly how tall the tunnel is, but it looks large enough to accommodate some of the trucks we saw on the way with construction supplies and some large BC Hydro trucks as well. Before we knew it, we were at our destination for the night to set up camp. Okay, are we camping here?
Yeah, let's camp here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're right by the dam, we're right by the water.
Yeah. Is there enough?
Figure out camping spot.
Yeah,
Is there
there's.
enough room in there for all, or how does it work?
Yeah, we can move a little bit. You can pull in. There's a flat between like
Okay. Yeah.
those trees.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, let's camp.
I think it's gonna be really beautiful when we wake up.
Yeah,
I love when that happens.
yeah, it's all dark now, but in the morning, might be real nice. As you know, the ferry is closed.
Yes.
Which
we're
does
checking tomorrow.
kind of suck.
How can we check? Just going up to it?
Well, we are going there.
We're going right by it, so we should go look at it.
That's what I was going to ask. Are we still going that way? We needed to finalize our plans for the next leg of the journey, knowing that the ferry was still closed. However, the website said that a new update will be provided the next day, and we could call and check. Then it was off to bed. But we woke up to an absolutely amazing view. When you reach camp at night, you have no idea what's around you. All we knew is that we were camping next to a dam and a river. Well, sometimes it all pays off. Honestly, it's extremely rare in this immense province to ever wake up at a campsite and not be surrounded by natural beauty. However, the biggest draw of backcountry camping is to not be potentially surrounded by 100 people. The backcountry has gotten very busy recently, especially closer to Vancouver. But call it luck or call it good planning, we've always been able to find secluded spots, mostly because we're willing to drive the extra mile. Or extra kilometer, because, you know, we're Canadian. Today's breakfast is brought to you by Ryan.
And our $5 Coleman collapsible thrift store stove.
Bagel with salmon. These bagels were absolutely delicious. Don't believe me? Ask Rachel. She knows what's up. Okay, back to the dam. This dam is named after Karl von Terzaghi, who was an Austrian mechanical engineer, geotechnical engineer, and geologist, and he's commonly called the father of soil mechanics and geotechnical engineering. The dam is the key diversion dam in BC Hydro's Bridge River Power Project and forms the project's largest reservoir, the Carpenter Lake. It was first launched as a project in 1920, but abandoned during the economic issues caused during the Great Depression. But after World War II, construction resumed, and what we see today is a really cool dam surrounded by sheer rocky mountains and beautiful big cliffs. The hydro system includes 4 generating power stations, plus several recreation sites. The Bridge River is a mid-sized stream approximately 120 kilometers long, flowing southeast from the snowfields of the coastal mountains and joining the Fraser River near Lillooet, BC. The Bridge River hydroelectric complex consists of 3 dams and stores of water for 4 generating stations. The system uses Bridge River water 3 times in succession to generate 492 megawatts, or 6 to 8% of British Columbia's electrical supply. 6 to 8% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot of electricity.
Yeah, you say what Dante does. I just know what Dante calls.
Get him, Leo, get him! And I'm super close.
We would just follow what Dante does. He just like pretends that she's like doing what he does.
Isn't this a cool dam?
This is really cool.
Damn, guys!
How they still graffitied it.
Aw, damn!
Crazy. Imagine blowing a hole in this mountain to make this dam. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Look at that. Look at that perfect arch right there. It's like exactly like the tunnel we drove through last night.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very similar. I bet the tunnel people.
Isn't that where the Phantom of the Opera lives?
That's up there is actually the tunnel we drove through last night.
Hold on. Phantom of the Opera and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, very similar stories, right?
No.
Like weird outcasts.
Oh, outcast! I'm ugly. That's about where it is. That's like
Yeah, but also like they're both have girls.
I don't think you're that ugly.
I only just watched Phantom.
So the river is really murky and
Right there.
and whatnot, and I believe that's because of the clay. When we came through the tunnel last night and like looked at the earth on the side, it was very clay Aiken-like.
Clay?
Clayy?
Clay? This place is really, really gorgeous, but the fact is, I mean, you can see the water and the dam and everything and the mountains even, but what you don't get is the perspective of, you know, we're completely surrounded by these massive cliffs and massive mountains, and they're just sheer rock and so bare. It's absolutely beautiful, and just next to the dam is just like this wall of mountain that's just gorgeous. Did you touch the water? Is it cold?
It's refreshing.
Refreshing cold water.
Refreshing. Crisp Canadian water. It's slimming, okay? Yes, this is a sexy slimming color, and we all look great in it.
New Yorkers were black.
Yep. Except you look covered in dust.
So you look filthy.
You look filthy, darling.
Clean yourself up, you mess.
Darling, you look filthy.
We're rugged.
Take thee to the nunnery, you filthy girl.
Oh, you want to smoke Cleo? Hey,
We're
Cleo.
true outdoorsmen now.
And women.
And women. Outdoors women.
Outdoors people.
Outdoors peoples?
And dogs. Outdoor things.
We are outdoor things. That's what we have landed on.
I like that.
Yes, hello. Welcome to our new YouTube channels. We are called The Outdoor Things.
I love it.
Say hello to the YouTubes.
Hello, YouTubes. I'm a ting.
I identify as not a tree, but not a rock.
We are things. We are outdoor things.
Hello, YouTubes.
Hi.
After establishing that we were indeed things and finding a new YouTube name, we packed up and hit the road once more. But first, we wanted to check out the lake that was feeding this dam.
Pretty cool lake, eh? Yeah, we can keep driving and go check it out, but we're driving the opposite way of where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to go that way. We just wanted to come check out the lake in the daylight because we drove by at night and obviously you couldn't see anything, so it's a pretty cool spot.
So here we are, in the canyons of British Columbia on a glorious overlanding journey in our 4th gen 4runners and a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. The adventure is far from over, so join us next time. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.